Hey guys, something that came in my mind that I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about this fallacy of parenting and the fallacy of children that is very prevalent in my commu or in our lives. And I'll get right into it. You know, they see parents that really don't know how to parent. They are horrible parents. For most of the part. Now there's some exceptions for many reasons. You know, first and foremost, they have this expectation that I'm gonna have my kid and I'm gonna throw him to an Islamic school and accept him to be a innocent, naive mullah. Things don't work like that. In every sample size, there's a skewed population of kids that are either good, that are bad, or there's some in modern. I was in madrasa. There's a lot of things that happen in madrasa that were not really Sharia approved. There were kids watching adult stuff online, and that was something that most kids don't know about. So you can't rely on the fact that okay, I'm going to send my child to Islamic school or Sunday school that they're going to be these religious pious figures. I mean, it helps to a certain extent, but again, a lot of Islamic schools have the same problem like most regular schools do. There are going to be kids that propagate bad. There are going to be kids that are completely naive. So my problem is with the fact it's not the school itself, because every institution is like that. I went to middle school, I went to high school, I went to madrasa, so I can say from personal experience that in every school I was in, that in every school that I was in, that's gonna be prevalent. So I don't think that's an issue. The second thing I really wanted to talk about that kind of bugged me is the fact that there should be a mutual symbiotic relationship between parents and kids, and I'll get a little bit of explanation to that. The fact remains that a lot of parents do everything at our age, and then they scrutinize or speculate others for doing the same thing that they did. Um, I know so many elderly individuals that scrutinize someone for not growing a beard or for listening to music. You did those same things when you were in our age, so you don't have the right. Because if you didn't do that, then I could say, okay, fine, you have some sort of leverage or some sort of entitlement to do that, but you don't. And everyone had their stage at from 18 to 14 to 18 where they did all that in their middle age years. And as people grow old, it's very common for people to get conservative and grow big white beards and sit in the masjid and start pointing fingers. And that's what I have a problem with. You don't have the hug to say that because at our age you did the same thing. Now I understand that the youth in this generation is a little bit more modern because of society, because of drugs that are prevalent, because of online social media interaction, because of the fact that technology is 21st century and we have fingertips, we have so many, kids can go on Facebook and instantly meet opposite gender and have interactions. I get that. I think that this generation has that technology in the fingertips, but speaking from a blunt point of view, there's nothing wrong. Those are the same things you did, so you don't have the haq to say that. Now, are the kids right in that matter? No, absolutely not. And this is a lengthy discussion, but I'm just going to point it. Kids have too much of free will these days. Parents give kids everything to do. You see 14-year-old girls doing hookup parties. I mean, you're 14 years old or you're 12 years old and you're already trying to get cancer. And what happens in those hookup parties? You meet a guy, there's a social interaction, and before you know it, there are damsel in distresses, and then the parents are coming to mullah saying, "Oh, my child is knocked up, or my child has a boyfriend, girlfriend." Well, you give them that leverage. I'm not saying confine them to your own opinions or confine them to your house cells, but at least have some sort of parenting, have some sort of understanding. The problem is parents are too lenient and they don't control what their kids can do. Now, again, control. I don't mean a dictatorship, but I mean a mutual symbiotic relationship where the parent goes to the child and says, "Look, don't go to hookup parties. If you want to do a party at a home, I'd be more than happy to do that for you. Or if you want to go with the kids, have an adult supervisor to do that." But they don't do that, and they let kids go with this free will. And I am all for free will, but you're 14. This is the whole point of when I hear stories of I was young and stupid. You were young and stupid because of the lack of supervision, or your parents didn't give you an understanding, okay, this is right and this is wrong. And this is the problem with parents. They're they think putting a kid to Islamic school or putting a kid to a Sunday school or letting education or entitlement will do that. But do you understand we live in a society where, yeah, a girl on Instagram that has barely any clothes on gets more likes than a scientist talking about some sort of discussion, or an economist or an economic person talking about finances? Do you realize that? These are real theories. The point is, Kids have to be held responsible. And if you don't like the if you don't like the rules that your parents are putting you into, then get the hell out. You're 18 and 21, get the hell out. I mean, by 20, 22, 23, you should finish your education and then get out if that's not the lifestyle you want. I see guys at 24, 25 still doing the same crap of clubbing and partying and not. That's not an American dream to own a house and the car. This is a dream of civilizations since Mesopotamia. Why do you think the Pharaoh built so many pyramids? I mean, these were common goals for any mankind. Mankind was built to have leadership, to have zeal, to be better and progress and evolve to a certain extent. The point is, parents don't have the right to tell these kids what to do if you did the same things. You can tell them from personal experience, you can advise them, but you can't speculate on someone else for not doing the same things you did when you were little. And two, kids, be freaking responsible, okay? Grow the hell up. Don't do the same crap. There's an age and limit for everything, but don't do the same thing you would do as you were 14. I mean, is that that's immature. There's no sense of maturity in that. And that's all I wanted to say. Peace out.